Alright, let's talk about something that's been buzzing literally in the news lately. Imagine this, a tiny invader, smaller than your average hornet, but with the potential to wreak havoc on ecosystems and agriculture. I'm talking about the yellow-legged hornet, and it's making headlines in Washington and beyond. But here's the kicker, this isn't just another bug story. What makes this really interesting is that this hornet might actually be more dangerous than its infamous cousin, the murder hornet. Personally, I think this is one of those stories where the details matter and the implications are way bigger than they seem at first glance. So, let's break it down. First off, this hornet was spotted in Vancouver, Washington, on a ship, which, by the way, is a common way these invaders hitch a ride into new territories. What many people don't realize is that invasive species often travel in international shipments, and this is a perfect example. But here's where it gets concerning. The yellow-legged hornet isn't just adaptable, it's a master of survival. Unlike the murder hornet, which prefers cool, moist environments, this one can thrive in a wide range of climates. That means it's not just a local problem, it's a potential nationwide threat. Now, let's talk about why this matters. These hornets are known to target honeybees, and if you take a step back and think about it, bees are the backbone of our pollination system. Without them, crops suffer, and so does our food supply. Assistant Professor Sriyanka Lahiri from the University of Florida pointed out that invasive pests can destroy up to 80% of a strawberry crop if left unchecked. That's not just a loss for farmers, it's a loss for all of us. And here's the thing, the yellow-legged hornet doesn't just kill bees, it builds massive, exposed nests that allow it to spread rapidly. One thing that immediately stands out is how quickly these hornets can multiply, making them incredibly hard to contain. From my perspective, this raises a deeper question. How do we balance global trade with the risk of invasive species? I mean, international shipping is essential for our economy, but it's also a highway for invaders like this hornet. Officials are urging the public to stay vigilant, but is that enough? The U.S. Department of Agriculture warns that these pests could threaten not just honeybees, but other native pollinators too. This isn't just an environmental issue, it's an economic one. If these hornets establish themselves, the impact on agriculture could be devastating. What this really suggests is that we're not just fighting one species, we're fighting a trend. Invasive species are becoming more common, and our responses often feel reactive rather than proactive. Take the example of Georgia and South Carolina, where officials have been battling these hornets since 2023. It's a constant game of whack-a-mole, and honestly, it's exhausting. A detail I find fascinating is how these hornets have already established themselves in parts of the country, despite efforts to eradicate them. It's like they're always one step ahead. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think we need to rethink our approach. It's not enough to trap and eradicate, we need to focus on prevention. That means stricter regulations on international shipments, better monitoring systems, and maybe even investing in research to understand these invaders better. If you ask me, this is a wake-up call. Invasive species aren't just a local problem, they're a global one. And if we don't act now, we might be dealing with consequences we can't even imagine. Here's my closing thought. What if this yellow-legged hornet is just the tip of the iceberg? With climate change and globalization, we're likely to see more invasive species in the future. So, the real question is, are we prepared? Or are we just going to keep reacting after the damage is done? Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is a conversation we all need to be having.